Craig Cohen, 87 here with episode 203 of the Iron Man. Oh, yeah. And it's Christmas Day. And it's time to go head back. Hitting back on a Wednesday, this is a normal day off, but since I don't have to go to work and I have a little family thing going on the 27th, I figured I'd hit the gym today so I don't have to train on Friday. It's going to be back. And if you recall, back day, I wouldn't say I've been struggling on. I've just been okay, let's say struggling. I've been struggling with back day. I just don't like how I'm doing the push-ups. I feel it all in my biceps. Very little in the lats. A couple other movements that I've been doing have been questionable. What I want is to get my lats big. I need to look wide from the front. I think that's what I'm missing for the V taper. I think my waist is in a good position right now. My shoulders, really happy with how those have been progressing. But those lats, the in between, to complete that X. I think they need to grow just a tiny bit more. You can see them from the back, but not from the front. So the plan is to make a few adjustments. I think for all my pulling movements, I'm going to try to emphasize an overhand grip as much as possible. And the idea of that is to get my biceps out of the movement as much as possible. I mean, they're still going to be involved, but probably as little as possible. The ratio of bicep stimulus to latless stimulus will be uh, more lat bias with an overhand grip. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm not going to try to be going too heavy. When I'm trying to figure things out, where things aren't going my way, you don't go heavier in weight, you go lighter in weight. That's how it goes. And then once you start getting stuff, then you start adding the 5 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week, 5 pounds a week. And before you know it, you're lifting double, sometimes triple what you started out at. And that's the goal. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to work on. Yes, the squeezing. So while I am a big fan of the long length partial, I think for back specific movements, it's very important to get a very deep squeeze in. So I want to try to hold squeezes for 1 to 2 seconds. Just before I do the exercise, I'll give an example of what I mean, and you'll be able to tell because I might time them verbally on the exercises where I can. And, the thing about bodybuilding is you don't get immediate feedback. I'm going to have to do this for a few weeks. And then in my my weekly pose downs, only once I put, like, let's say this week's photo or last week's photo versus a photo from 4 or 5 weeks from now, will I be able to tell if it's done anything. So my goal is to make the adjustments and then be as consistent as possible and maintain those adjustments. And then that's how I'll know if it's working or not. So, highway is dead. It's Christmas Day. Since this won't be coming out on Christmas, it'll be coming out on Boxing Day. I don't know if Americans celebrate Boxing Day or not, but Boxing Day is basically the day after Christmas. And the idea behind it is that all the department stores had a bunch of inventory to sell for Christmas, and whatever they don't sell, they sell the day after Christmas, which is actually a holiday in Canada. It's kind of like Black Friday, but it's after Christmas instead of Thanksgiving. All right. So you're welcome for that wonderful history lesson. And if you'd like to know more, I'm sure Wikipedia has a page on it, all right? Having said that, I'll see you in the gym. Exercise 1, set number 1. Pullover machine. I'm actually going to reduce the weight from last week from 270 to 250. I got 12 last week. I think I can do better than 12 reps. And when I'm bringing it up and I'm squeezing it, I kind of want to hold it for a good second, maybe 2 seconds. We'll see how it goes. I really want to emphasize the last. That's where I want to feel all of it. Here we go. 1. Control the negative. 2. Push with the elbows. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Wow. Ooh, that was a really good set. 60 seconds begins now. Set number 2. Down to 205. I want to do it just like I did last time. All in the lats. My arms were 100%. I'm really liking this so far. Hold it. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Yeah, that was a little too heavy. Whew. Think I'll take off another 45. Third and final, down to 160. It's been good. I really like going lighter and really squeezing it. I'm getting a nice burning pressure type feeling. And nothing anywhere else, which is perfect. I don't want any other muscle being the limiting factor. All right, here we go. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. I want to make this lightweight feel heavy. 6. Lats are burning. I don't think I'm going to make it to 10. 7. One more. I have to speed up a bit to even finish that 8 off. Having said that, 3 excellent sets. Here come the pull-ups, which I've been struggling the most on. I'm going to try overhand all the way. Let's see what happens. Set number 1, pull-ups. Let's try this again. I'm going to go with a wide grip. And I'm going to try to come up as high as I can, but not go as low as I can. I think I've been bottoming out a little bit too much, taking the tension off the lats and keeping them on the biceps. So I've been trying this in the warm-up sets, and I like it. I may add a few partials, but only if I feel it in the lats. If I only feel it in the biceps, I won't do them. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going with a 50-pound counterweight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Controlling the negative. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! A big improvement from last week. Still felt it a bit in the biceps, but definitely the lats took the brunt of that one. 90 seconds begins right now. Set number 2, 75-pound counterweight, just like before. Not all the way down, as high up as I can go. Keep the tension on the lats the whole way through. Here it is, nice wide grip. 1, 2, still controlling the negatives. 3, 4, mind muscle connection. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, starting to burn. 12, 13, 14. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Wow. 2 down, 1 to go. Third set. Just like before, down to 62.5 or up to 62.5. Oh, actually, that's wrong. It should be 87.5. I want it in between 75 and 100. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little slower. Attaboy. 9, 10, 11. Wow, see that one I really feel in the biceps. But that's probably because my lats are toast and can't do another rep. So my body is automatically going to biceps. But that's good. Lats definitely felt it. Let's go hit some T-bar. Set number 1, chest squatting T-bar rows. Going with 60 pound dumbbells, and I'm going to make an adjustment again. And working in the warm-up, I'm going to go overhand all the way. I try to keep my hands low. I'll show you what I mean. So rather than try to come up high, I'm going to try to stay nice and low. Keep the tension on the lats as much as possible. Really try to squeeze them and not extend all the way up down like I've been doing. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 14, 15, Quality has to stay higher and stop. 60. That's it. See, what happens is I want to go higher and higher, but then I'm not hitting the lats anymore. But 16 reps is pretty good. I think I got like 14 really good ones, and the last two were questionable. All right, 90 seconds. Set number 2, and I'm down to 40 pounds, which is a weight that's very low, usually below my warm-up weight. But you know what? When things aren't working, you start over again. And that's what I'm doing. Here we go. Well, 43. Oh boy. 4. Make it hard. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 13. 14. 15. Keep going. 16. 17. 18. Much harder than it looks. It started off very easy, and I went to failure. Really happy with that. All right. 90 seconds begins now. Let's figure out a way. Craig going 87 here with a startling discovery. If it waits too easy, squeeze it for longer. All right? Just thought of that before the camera started. I think I can do it. I'll tell you what I mean. Down to 30 pounds. Here we go. Overhand grip. Hold it here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 7. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. That was pretty much all lats. Very good. Let's go hit some B-bar pull down. Set number 1, B-bar pull downs. Gonna go with 80 pounds. I'm not gonna benchmark last week. I want to try change things up a bit. When I bring it down, I want to pause for a second. At the same time, I want to focus on keeping my elbows together and not opening them up. All right? Sounds easy in theory, but theory is not reality. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 it is. Whew. Not bad. I might go with that weight again. Let me think about it. Second set, replay, 80 pounds. I don't think I'll hit 14, but I want to break 10. just like before. I'm feeling it a little bit in the bicep, but it's important to maintain that mind-muscle connection and think about the lats. All right, think about the lats, mofo. Let's do this. Muscle doesn't grow on trees. Come on. 1, 2. Uh-oh, I'm not pausing. 3. There we go. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Whew. Oh, God. One more to go. Third and final. It's down to 65 pounds. Let's finish on a high note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it hard. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, yeah. It wasn't great. Let's go make up for it somewhere else, okay? Set number 1, barbell rows. So I'm gonna go with 90 pounds. Not trying to set the house on fire. Gonna basically set a benchmark for next week. And what I'm gonna be doing is thinking about my elbow touching my hip, and then holding it, and really making that mind-muscle connection with the lats. And well, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not bad, but I felt it. So, although it wasn't the best possible set I could have done, it probably was more productive than I've been doing. So let's go do the exact same thing with 80 pounds, straight up and down, elbow to hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm in a good rhythm right now. One more set. Third and final. Let's end on a high note. I think it's been a very productive day. All right, here we go. 70 pounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo. All right. Oh God. I'm exhausted. Let's go do some stretching and nail the pose down. Alrighty, let's discuss. For starters, I really enjoyed that workout. There's still some things that need to be, worked out, no pun intended. But I think I'm definitely on the right track. I felt lost after the last workout. I texted my coach, I messaged him, and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. It's all biceps. You know, he wanted me to go lighter in weight. He wanted me to squeeze the weight a lot more, which I'm doing. And then I decided I would go more overhand, because when you're going overhand on a pulling, it's just less bicep. And today was kind of a baseline for almost all the exercises and all the sets. So I didn't really get a chance to really see how far I can go, how heavy I can go. I'll make those adjustments next week. So, those bent over rows with the dumbbells, I went 90, 80, 70. I'm thinking I can go 100, 90, 80 next week. I want to go a little harder, a little heavier. But on things like the, what do you call it? The chest supported T-bar, really happy with that. I've said a long time, it's my shoulders, a lot of my shoulders, but really forcing that overhand grip, I think I was definitely able to make more, and I'm really making that mind-muscle connection. That's really the only thing I'm thinking about when I'm doing the weight is, am I utilizing the lats? And when you're utilizing the lats, I think it inserts on the humerus and it goes down to the hip. So I really want my elbow to come to my hip. That's what I'm thinking. And you want to do it under tension, of course. So that's what I was emphasizing, and, a range of motion working out. It takes, you have to do something like, 10,000 times or whatever that is before you really get good at it. Before it's second nature, before that's my default way to do it. And I'm not there yet. Even though I've been training for 21 years. I'm still learning basic movements. I want to do them better and better and better and better. And that's the only way I'll grow as a bodybuilder. But again, I love the process. I love learning, And sometimes I may have learned some of this stuff 10 years ago and then forgot it and then relearned it, So a lot of the times I'm actually relearning stuff. And that's why it's good to always stay on top of, not trends, I don't like trends, but staying on top of basic bodybuilding principles. I don't know about you, but I like that posing routine. I thought it's getting better. Vacuums, they still need a tiny bit of work, but I think that it'll just become easier to hold my breath when I weigh less. On stage I'll be 209 or less. Well, maybe on stage I might be a pound heavier, but the day before I have to be under 209. That's when the weigh-ins are. But I'm really liking how it looks. There's still definitely a ton of work to be done, but again, it's not going to happen in one day. If I get 1% better every day, or even every 3 or 4 days, that's still like a lot. That's still a lot of improvement. But then I got to remember what I'm doing. I can't go back to default, which is wrong. So yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a struggle. I'm not struggling, but it's not linear. That's the word I'm looking for. Progress isn't linear. You could be generally going in the right direction, but have 1 or 2 weeks where you're going backwards, kind of like the stock market, The S&P 500 goes up. It always goes up, but if you were to look at the line, it's going down like half the time, But it's just that the rises are net higher than the what do you call it, the deficits. That's how bodybuilding is, And I don't know, I'm used to that. But I have to remind myself, I'm speaking, this is like me meditating right now. I would be thinking this without the camera going if I wasn't recording these. So I get to speak out loud and hear myself and over again and kind of drill it into my head. Because it's very, very easy to forget first principles now it's easy to remember them, but when you're in the gym and you're under the tension and you want to give up, that's when you need to know them. But very productive day. I'm going to be back in the gym tomorrow doing shoulders. So that'll be interesting. Legs are still a bit sore, although they're not crazy sore. I had a good stretch. Had a very good stretch. The more you stretch after a workout, the less DOMS you're going to feel. DOMS is delayed onset muscle soreness. It's the soreness you feel from training. So I highly recommend stretching. There's this video on YouTube. I just follow along. About 15 minutes and 10 seconds or whatever it is. I go through it all. It emphasizes the back and legs for sure, but it hits the lats and the chest as well. What else is there? No, I'd say very, very productive. Skin's looking better. It's very, very dry. I don't know if you can see it, but there's all dry skin on my face. But it's also winter, you know, so it's kind of common in Canada. From anybody that's watching from Brazil or Colombia, yeah, this white stuff here, that means my skin's gonna turn white because it's gonna get dry. All right, so I guess I'll leave us off here. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, peace out.